Sarge is going to kill me.
Sorry about last night.
That's all right. He's teething.
Yeah.
Aren't you, Matty?
Hey.
Oh, he doesn't like getting much in his mouth, does he?
No, he does prefer to wear it.
Oh,
or someone else wears it. I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. Do you want to pick up any bread or milk on the way home?
No, we'll be right.
Coming!
Come on, mate, please.
Stretch, let's move.
Yeah,
Hey?
coming.
Nice hairdo.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Lee.
Yeah, I'll get a hairbrush.
No, it's all right. I got one in the car. You know what today is.
Yeah, not looking forward to it.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Catch you guys later.
I didn't forget. See you later.
Yeah, I might come down to the station and check you out.
Love being a guinea pig.
Yeah.
Banana and wheat bix.
Yeah.
Yum.
We're waiting.
Yeah, come on, let's get this show on the road. Oh! And in stylish police yellow...
We have a two-piece ensemble that's essential for cocktails at the
All
Imperial.
right. Well, that's funny.
Well, you're not standing where I am.
Thanks a lot.
This makes us piggies on pushies.
All right, all jokes aside, bike patrols have been found to be extremely public-friendly, and they're working very well in Avonlea and St David's.
And what's more, Inspector Falcon Price is very keen on the idea, so I expect everybody's cooperation while we give it a try.
We all get to go on the treadlills then, do we, boss?
Not to see I, mate, but everybody else will look rather attractive in shorts.
All right, off you go. Hey, don't forget your helmets.
And remember, you're not on a horse, my friend.
Take it easy to start with. Hey, don't chase any stolen cars.
Thanks, mate. Well, seems to be working. Oh.
Watch it.
Yeah, I know, it's not a horse.
Race to the corner.
You're on. What was that?
An exploding letterbox.
What is this, Belfast?
The IRA, you reckon? Keep the orange men out of Mount Thomas.
Hey, it's not funny. It could have been a letter bomb.
Oh, it's kids mucking around. It's double bungers on a long fuse, eh?
Double what?
Crackers, before your time. Fireworks.
Oh, like throwdowns or something.
Bigger.
What did the owner have to say?
He wasn't in. A neighbour says his name's Colin Forbes. And he's a Vespian. He's the local postie.
Well, whoever he is, you better find him and give him the bad news.
You know who did this?
Old guy lives down the street. Ted Bergen. He's a bloody idiot, ask anybody. I told him, any complaints, take him to the post office.
Complaints?
Says I've been stealing his mail.
Mr. Ted Bergen.
Who wants to know?
The police.
You don't look like proper coppers to me.
I'm Constable Jack Lawson. This is Constable Joanna Parrish.
Did you happen to hear an explosion down the street a while ago?
Yep,
A letterbox was blown up.
I know.
Belongs to Colin Forbes, local postie.
Yeah, I know who he is, the bastard.
Mr. Forbes said you might be able to help us with our inquiries.
Oh, he did he?
Well, can you?
You bet I can. It was me. I blew up his letterbox. And he's lucky it wasn't him.
He's been stealing my mail. I was entitled.
How do you know he's been stealing it?
Because I haven't been getting it. How do you think?
That doesn't make sense, Mr. Bergen.
Yeah, well, it does to me.
It could have been lost in the mail.
Oh, that old excuse. Look, we're not talking about the odd letter. I'm talking about at least 3 or 4, and they all had cash cheques in them.
Cash check?
Yes, I deal in stamps. I'm selling my grandfather's collection.
Well, how much money was involved?
Exactly $1,630.50.
Why haven't you complained to the post office?
Have you ever tried complaining to Deirdre Tompkinson?
Well, you should have talked to us.
No, I dealt with it my way. He got what he deserved.
If it was him, Mr. Bergen.
Look, he's been using our letterboxes as his own personal bank, stealing from half the town. Of course it was him.
How can you be so sure of that?
Well, for one thing, there's his car.
His car?
Yeah, you ask him about that. You ask him how he can afford to drive around in a brand new Mercedes on a postie's wages.
Brand new Merc. It's 20 years old. Cost me $5,000 and I saved up every cent myself.
So there's no way you can help with our inquiries?
No.
You've got no idea what happened to Mr. Bergen's cheques.
All I know is that I definitely delivered them.
How do you know you delivered those particular letters?
Well, I know I delivered business envelopes. Could have a cheque inside.
So he should have got them.
I reckon. Unless someone pinched them from his box after I delivered them.
Oh, who'd want to do that?
I don't know, but anyone could have, couldn't they? Look, my responsibility ends when I stick him in that slot.
He seemed on the level.
Oh, if he's not, he's got more front than Myers.
Look, $1,600 worth of checks is still missing. We can't dismiss him as a suspect.
No, but...
OK, so Forbes saved up for this car. Doesn't mean he didn't supplement his savings with Ted Bergen's cheques.
Well, how would we prove that?
All right, you need to get a 465 warrant on his bank account to check whether Forbes is lying.
Worth a shot. I'll check it out.
OK.
Yeah, I've got your lunches.
Hey, Letty.
What are you doing?
You're a lifesaver, thank you.
No worries. I just wanted to check out my man in his new outfit.
He's hiding.
Oh, yeah. Couldn't you just eat him up?
I prefer cheese and pickle myself.
Hey, I made your special.
Did Forbes have any prize?
No. I'll see you later. I've already checked that.
Well, it might be worth asking this Deirdre Tompkinson what she thinks of it.
Postmistress from hell.
Yeah, well, you and Jack can handle that, Joe. Find out whether she finds him trustworthy and reliable, that kind of
What about our lunches?
Eat on your bikes.
Well, at least we can pick up our equipment bags on the way.
Excuse me?
Well, our equipment bags, we've still got to pick them up from Whelan's.
Well, they can wait. Police work comes first.
I'm sure Inspector Falcon Price would want his bike squad to have their equipment bags, Tess.
I'm sure Inspector Falcon Price isn't running this station. I am. They can wait.
One word from her and you do exactly what you like.
It's only taken 2 minutes.
The handbrake is a bit loose.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah. Oh, that's heaps better already.
Any other problems, come back and see Dad or me.
Yeah, we'll do. Thanks.
See ya.
All right.
What you got there?
Flight computer. Tells you how fast you're going, works out your average speeds and all that.
Cool. I reckon we could do it a couple of these.
Yeah, in your dreams. I'll see you later, Regan. Thanks for that.
Yeah, see ya.
Come on, hurry up. Deirdre waits.
So does what this Deirdre have to say about Forbes help us at all?
It's kind of more what she didn't say, really.
Yeah, she didn't say he was trustworthy, then again she didn't say he wasn't.
It didn't say he was reliable, then again she didn't say he wasn't.
So not what you'd call a great character reference, eh?
Oh, but you wouldn't want to put any significance on what she says. She hates everybody.
Yeah, it's true to form for Deirdre. Look, these are Colin Forbes' bank statements, and there's nothing here that would correlate with Ted Bergen's missing cheques.
Ah. Any large sums?
Not really. There's one regular, sizable deposit.
Yeah, that'd be his wages.
Yep. Yeah.
So are there any other complaints against Forbes?
Not against Forbes directly, no.
Deirdre gets the odd complaint about mail going missing, but she doesn't keep a record of them.
So if it wasn't the postie who nicked the checks, who was it?
Oh, we'll just keep a look out for any suspicious-looking characters around post boxes, eh?
I ought to get a post box in Widgery with that Deirdre going through all our mail.
She does Widgery too.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Hey, Scotty!
Scott!
Scotty! Jack! Mate! What's all this? You ran out of cop cars.
Here's Mount Thomas's answer to the flying squad. Hey, welcome back.
How are you?
Good to
Good,
see
how
ya.
are you?
You too.
So how was it?
The best thing about it is I've been paroled and I'm out of there and I'm ready to start living again.
So you're back in Mount Thomas for good then?
You bet.
Excellent.
And I've got the best reason in the world for it.
Hey, what's that?
I'm getting married, mate.
What? Really?
Anyway, congratulations, who's the lucky girl?
Cheers. Letty, of course.
Letty.
Mate, you wouldn't do me the honour of being my best man, would you?
That must be a mistake.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. It's a fantasy. It's in his head.
Didn't sound like a fantasy to me.
Well, he just got out of jail.
Why didn't you set him straight?
I don't know. I didn't know what to say. It was...
What if he was setting you straight? Have you ever thought about that? I mean, what if you're the one who's wrong?
Letty wouldn't do that to me. She wouldn't do it to him either.
Then what about the letters that he says they've been writing to one
Well,
another?
that's what he says. It doesn't make it true.
Scott didn't seem completely deluded.
Look, I don't think this is any of your business, Joe.
He can't just ignore it.
Just leave it, okay?
Are you going to speak to Letty?
Joe?
Jack! Jack, slow down. Wait up. Jack! 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 Is he all right?
Oh, God, I didn't see him. He just came out of nowhere. You better call an ambulance. Hey, mate, can you hear me?
Mount Thomas, bike squad, we're going to need an ambulance here. We've got a young boy who's been hit by a bike. Thompson Street.
You came out of nowhere, Sarge. I didn't see him.
There's no way he could have
Yeah,
missed
okay,
him.
first things first, let's get him off to the hospital.
I hope he's going to be all right.
So do I. You okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. It's just a graze. Wrecked the bikes.
Do we know who this kid is?
Yeah, it says here Heath Redland. We saw him at the bike shop when we went
Yeah, went to collect the equipment bags.
Yeah.
You got any other ID? We need an address.
Mrs. C. Jackson, 19 Emerald Street.
I thought you said his name's Redland. Look, we'll follow that up later. Let's get him off to the hospital first.
So there was no warning?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Did you ring the bell?
Get someone down.
What bell? It's not cool to have a bell on your bike.
I thought you had to.
He's conscious.
Is he okay?
Seems to be. A few bruises, but they're keeping him in overnight for observation. Mother's heading down to the hospital now. We better get that boy's version of the accident.
Yeah, I'll go get it.
No, Constable, you better finish that report. Come on, Joe.
See you later.
See ya.
So how is it, you all right?
Oh, yeah, look, I wouldn't mind the walk to clear the head.
Yes, mate, women do. They give the best sympathy, don't they?
No, just...
No, go on, off you go. I'll cover for you, but just don't keep it too long, otherwise you'll get us sacked.
Well, doesn't sound like it was your fault, him coming out of the lane like
I
that.
should have been watching where I was going.
Yeah, Jack, accidents happen. Yeah, they sure do. What's done is past regret or sorrow. Sorry. How's that?
Yeah, good, fine.
Okay. Oh, you better be getting back to the station.
Letty? Scotty's back.
Scotty Forster?
Yeah, I saw him at the bus station.
Oh, my God, how is he?
He's okay.
Where's he staying?
I don't know, I thought he might have turned up here.
No, he hasn't, but how stoked is he going to be to see Maddie?
He says you guys have been writing to each other.
Is that what he calls it?
So you have been writing to each other?
No. I mean, when he first went in, I sat down and typed up this massive long letter, but he never replied. How slack is that?
And that was the end of it?
Yeah, so we've got heaps to catch up on. Well, hey, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, yeah.
I'll see you later.
See you later.
Hey, is it?
It's me.
G'day. So you must be Mrs. Redland?
Jackson. Heath's father was my first husband.
Right, okay. And what's your address?
Emerald Street, number 19.
Mm-hmm. So that envelope in Heath's crumpler...
A cheque from Medicare. Heath picked it up for me. He was bringing it down to the supermarket where I work part-time. What's so important about that? It's my boy you should be asking about.
Of course. I'm sorry. There was just some confusion about who he was.
Well, you know who I am now, don't you?
Yeah, a very lucky young man.
Yeah, no thanks to you lot.
We'd like to hear Heath's side of the story.
Well, what do you want to know?
Just what happened, in your own words?
I came out of the lane and he hit me. That's all.
How fast were you going?
Not very.
So you were riding along at a reasonable speed and you came out into the street and Constable Lawson hit you?
That's it. Spot on.
You sure about that?
Definitely.
There's a stop sign at the end of that lane, Heath.
Yeah, well, I stopped first.
You're trying to trick him.
I'm just trying to find out what happened.
Oh, you can see what happened. Heath's in hospital. His bike's wrecked. Heath needs that bike for his job. I'm a single mother. I haven't got any cash for a new bike.
Heath has just admitted he went through a stop sign, Mrs. Jackson.
Looks like you're in the clear, mate.
The mother was pretty unhappy about the broken bike.
Almost more upset about that than the injury to her kid.
That's as may be, but let's just remember we've got an injured boy here and we were involved.
I'm sorry, boss.
Yeah, so you should be. What about your bike? Is it fixed yet?
Oh, it's Cactus. I think it'll need a trip to Whelan's.
All right, we'll do it.
Hey, Jacko, I hear Scotty Forster's back in town.
Yeah, saw him at the bus station. He's looking good.
I'll come with you to Whelan's. I want to have a chat to Regan anyway, so...
What about?
Last time we were there, Heath was having a look at a $70 speed computer. Where would he get that sort of money?
Well, he told us he had a job.
Delivering flyers and pamphlets. And that can't bring him much.
Do you think he could be involved in stealing the mail?
That's possible. He's got the perfect opportunity when you think of where he makes his deliveries.
People's letterboxes. It's worth checking out.
So, did you talk to Letty?
Yeah.
And?
And she only wrote to him once. Nothing. Big deal.
There you go, then. And the marriage business?
It's all in Scotty's mind.
Letty must have had a good laugh. You did tell her.
Not necessary.
Jack. Regan, remember when we were here earlier and we were having a chat with Heath and his mate?
Yeah.
They were buying that speed computer thing.
Yeah, that's right, they were.
Did he pay for that with cash?
Yeah, he did.
I was just wondering where a kid would get that sort of money. I mean, he had one of those new crumple bag things too. And I suppose you got that here?
Yeah. Who knows, kids can always come up with the dough when they want things. Oh, this release is a bit stiff.
Oh, here, give us a go.
So, are you playing for the Muddies again next season?
Yeah, I'll have to wait and see.
Reckon they need players like Scotty Forster to make the finals.
Yeah, well, you never know.
So has Heath bought other expensive stuff here?
Sorry?
Heath and his mate, you know.
Oh, hello, Kaz. How's Heath?
All right, I guess. I'll come back later when you're less busy.
Oh, no, that's okay. Almost finished here. What can I do for you?
I want to buy a new bike for my son to replace the one that was written off by the cops.
Did you have a model or make in mind?
Well, what's the best deal you can do for cash?
So where do you think the money's coming from?
You think she's stealing from letterboxes?
She could be putting Heath up to it.
She could be.
Maybe if we get a look inside her place, we might come up with
No,
something.
you're not going to get enough evidence to justify a
But
warrant.
if we could just have a look around.
I'll come with you.
Now, just a minute.
Failure to search is failure to find.
Parish.
So you always say.
Under the circumstances, I don't think it's wise for Lawson to go anywhere near that woman's house, do you?
But I could still go.
I just said you're not going to get a warrant.
All right, but there'd be no harm in asking, how would there?
Oh, I get it. This is a way of getting your mate off the hook, right?
You must admit new bikes are expensive, and you are struggling. You said so yourself.
You bet I'm struggling, but that doesn't make me a thief.
Of course it doesn't make
Do you
a
want to
thief.
know where I got the money from? Not that it's any of your bloody business. His grandmother sent it from Townsville for his birthday. His father's mother. She hates me, but she always remembers Heath's birthday.
It's all right, Mrs. Jackson.
If you want to search this place, then search it. I'm happy to prove to you I've got nothing to hide. Satisfied?
Yeah, thank you. If you could just sign here to say you consented to the search.
Always cover your backs, don't you?
It's just procedure.
Yeah, I'll bet it is.
You better come and have a look at this. A few bobs worth here. Might get a paper round myself.
Don't understand.
Saved up for him.
Out of your wages?
That's right.
Must have taken a long time.
Did.
There's a lot of expensive-looking stuff in there, Heath.
Not that expensive. Check it out.
We will. How come your mum didn't know about it?
None of her business, is it? My money, I can do what I like with it.
Then why did you hide all that stuff?
Because he knows I wouldn't have approved of him spending it on rubbish.
Not rubbish.
Well, it's not clothes and shoes and school books either. You need those more than you need video games and swap cards.
Satisfied?
Well, I've been totting up the cost of some of those goodies we found in Heath's room. $300 and rising.
So I was right.
Yeah, looks like it. Heath could be in this scam up to his neck. Let's see if we can tie him in with those stolen checks.
But the checks were all made out to cash, so there'd be no record of who cashed them.
Oh, you'd think a teller would remember if some cheeky little kid tried to cash one.
Of course, I'll get onto the banks now.
Might be a bit late for that, Joe. Better try again in the morning.
You stopping for a drink?
No, I'm going home.
Good. Get things sorted out.
Jack, I've had this really peculiar
There's nothing
invitation.
to straighten out.
It's a strange invitation to a wedding.
Here,
Bottle
Jack.
of wine, please, Chris.
You're not listening to me because half the town has
but
had
white
one.
wine, please. Letty prefers white.
An invitation.
An invitation. You haven't been speaking to Scotty, have you?
Then you do know.
Speak of the devil. Jack. Half the
So
town
did you see
obviously
Letty?
knows about this.
I waited for hours. She wasn't home.
Yeah, she was. I spoke to her on the
There were no
phone.
letters. She didn't write any letters.
Nothing. And then
So there's
another
no
woman
marriage,
came
there's
home.
no wedding
She
going
opened
on.
the door with a key, said she never heard of Letty.
Well, what are you talking about? She wants him to come around for dinner. Would she want that if she was going to get
23
married to him?
Baronia Street.
Oh, she doesn't live there.
Has she moved?
Yes, ages ago.
Have you got the new address?
Yeah.
Can I get another bowl, Shannon?
Sure.
Hey, Jack.
Scott's just been telling me he's getting married.
Yeah. We need to talk, mate.
Mate, don't tell me you don't want to be the best man.
Can we use the parlour, Chris?
I think you better.
Sit down. We're living together.
You and Letty. You shacked up. I don't believe you.
That's the way it is, mate.
Is this, mate, some kind of weird game?
No, it's true.
Well, what about the letters and the... What about the stuff about getting married?
I don't know anything about that stuff.
Well, so what are you telling me? That she's conning me?
No, she wouldn't do that.
Well, I don't get it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. They say being in prison, it does things to your mind.
Mate, you don't understand. I love Letty.
So do I.
I've always loved Letty. Since she was with Matt. I didn't have a chance there, mate. You looked at the two of them and that was it. Now he's gone.
She's with me, mate. She's with me.
Mate, she's always been the one that I
she's
wanted.
with me now.
Well, there's nothing left for me, is there? Nothing.
Mate, she really wants to see you. I told her you're in town. She wants you to come round and have some dinner.
I'll see her with you. No, thanks. Just say good day to her for me. I'll get on the next bus out of here.
You might need this.
Thanks.
But that's crazy. Why did he think I was marrying him?
I told him it was crazy.
You should have brought him home. You haven't got a babysitter.
He wouldn't come.
Well, why not?
Well,
Is he upset about us?
yeah.
He's just got out of jail, Jack. He doesn't need this right now.
Look, I asked him to come. He wouldn't come home with me. Why don't we open the wine? Have a glass of wine.
I don't want any. No, Jack, where is he staying? Is he at the pub?
No.
Well, where is he?
Well, he was. He was at the pub. But he's not anymore. He's catching the first bus back to Melbourne.
He's leaving.
Well, you know what Scott is like. If he's made up his mind about something, we can't do anything to stop him.
Hey, Jack, I've got to go see him. I've got to explain.
Letty, hang on a second.
Please. Yeah, well, what's the point? I'm not sticking around here shouting at some other guy.
I didn't write those letters.
Okay, so why do you want me to stay there?
We go back a long way. I don't want to see you get hurt.
Well, it's too late for that. I think the best thing I can do is just get on the bus here and never come back.
Scotty, I don't want you to do that, please.
But you know how I've always felt about you.
Did you find him?
Yeah.
And?
We talked.
About what?
Well, I just told him not to leave town, that it was a stupid mistake.
So he's staying in town, is he?
Yeah.
So where does that leave us?
Jack, did we have to talk about this now?
Just want to know.
Know what?
I want to know what you think of him. And me.
I'm just tired, Jack. I just want to go to bed.
Where?
In the bar. I heard a stool go over.
And you're sure it wasn't outside?
Positive.
This is the police. Is anyone there? Regan, what are you doing here?
Sorry. Had a bit too much to drink with the guys and fell asleep.
You weren't here when I locked up.
I felt sick, thought I was going to throw up. I was in the loo.
Come on, you better go home then.
Yeah, I will. Sorry. I'm sorry, Mrs. Riley.
Chris? Anything missing?
No, nothing's been touched. And you know, the funny thing is, I just don't remember her drinking that much.
Well, it doesn't take much at her age.
No, I suppose not. Anyway, thanks for helping out.
All part of the service. Hey, what happened with Scotty? Did he check out?
Seems to have changed his mind.
Did he say why?
Didn't ask. Just hope it works out for Jack.
Yeah, me too.
How'd you go? Any luck?
No go. All the banks I spoke to, a certain no 11-year-old boy tried to cash a cheque. They said they'd always question such a transaction.
So the most probable scenario is that an adult cashed those cheques.
Which brings us back to Kaz Jackson.
No, I don't think it was her. Her reaction to finding those goods in Heath's room was genuine.
Well, she doesn't appear on leave.
Well, who else have we got?
Some adult who's been cashing cheques, giving the proceeds to a couple of kids.
Or if it was kids, they're not after cheques. They're after cash. They could be stealing birthday cards.
Oh, come on.
Well, you know how people put money in them. I mean, Deirdre mentioned a few birthday cards had gone missing of kids.
Oh, come on, Tess. Surely, you sent a card, then you were sure there was money inside. You didn't read the card.
What about Scott's letters? Do you think you ought to mention them to the Sarge?
They've got nothing to do with the missing money.
We are investigating mail theft.
Now, this is private, though, Joe.
It's still a mystery, though.
I don't know.
I know Scott's still here, so what's happening?
Don't ask me.
Are you thinking maybe Letty did write those letters?
No, of course not.
Well, then what's wrong?
Well, look, he was leaving town and now he's not. Nothing makes sense anymore.
Maybe if you find those letters, you might have a few answers.
That's more complicated than that, Joe.
Well, then go and sort it out.
What's going on?
She's better off with you, mate. She got a little fella. What sort of life she gonna have with someone like me? You got a job, a future. I got zilch. And a criminal record as an added bonus.
You can do it, mate. Look at you yesterday. You were on top of the world.
Well, I didn't know about you then. I didn't know she was going to say that the letters were phony. And when you come home, I'll be thinking of you. I'll be waiting for you, and we'll never have to be apart again. I mean, that's some joke, eh?
Mate, that doesn't even sound like Letty.
Well, sometimes people write different how they speak.
Do you mind if I have a look? Letty didn't write these letters, mate. This isn't even her handwriting.
Are you sure?
Yeah, positive. Yeah. This is a note she left me the other day about picking up some groceries.
Oh, you're right, different handwriting. But wouldn't Scott have known that?
Well, why should he? She'd never written to him before. Except for that first letter, which she typed.
All right, so if it wasn't Letty, who was it?
You've got me.
What sort of a person would write to someone in prison, pretending to be someone else, and then propose marriage? Hey, this is interesting.
What?
Well, it looks like whoever it was must have been at the Muddies wake. Remember after you lost the final? See, it says here, blah, 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 remember when Jono got tanked and started quoting Banjo Patterson? Well, that happened, didn't it?
Yeah, but...
And wouldn't you have had to have been there to know that?
Well, half the town was there.
Well, so we know she was a fan of the Muddies.
How do you know it was a she?
Well, anything's possible, Stretch, but she did propose, so let's just assume that for the moment. Anyway, these letters read like they're from a female.
Okay, from a female.
A female who reads far too much Mills and Boon by the sounds. So an obsessive romantic.
Why obsessive?
You don't think it's obsessive to write to someone for 9 months pretending to be someone else?
Yeah, okay, I get the drift. And a fan of the Muddies.
That's our best clue. Obsessive fan of the Muddies. Does anyone spring to mind?
Pretty much every fan of the Muddies.
Have you got some photos of games or the wake? Anything where the fans might have gathered?
Yeah.
Grab them. Why do footballers always want to wear drag?
It was a fundraiser.
Sure. Hey, here's someone we know.
Show me.
Look at how she's looking at that player. We both know who wears number 3. Regan.
Hi, more bike problems?
No, actually, we're just following up on your little escapade last night.
Look, that was really stupid. I shouldn't drink. I just can't handle it.
You don't look like you got much of a hangover.
Oh, just lucky, I guess. Listen, can you do me a favour? Don't tell Dad, he'd go off.
This is you, isn't it, Regan?
Yeah, that's me. The Muddy's Wake. Looks like I was pretty tanked there too.
Or had a crush on someone?
What?
The guy you're looking at. Scott Forster?
Yes, I'm a fan. What is this?
You tell us.
I don't understand.
Last night at the pub, you weren't drunk, were you? You were hanging around trying to get up the courage to sneak up to Scott's room?
Not now, Lockie.
Lockie? Lockie! You all right? You okay?
So.
You sure?
I think so.
Oh, mate. What's in the bag?
It wasn't my idea. It was his. And Regan. She put us up to it.
Regan.
Quite a collection.
Am I under arrest?
You take a look.
Checks?
Yeah, and some very interesting personal mail.
This one's addressed to Letty.
Yeah, it's from Scott.
Can I have a word, please, Constable Parrish? You simply waltz in here and start interviewing a suspect without informing me?
I was going to explain.
That's a bit of a specialty with you, Joe. Retrospective explanations.
You don't understand. It's personal.
Really? See, I thought we were interviewing a suspect in a mail theft case. Well, what's so personal about that?
Yeah, we are.
Then why have you gone ahead with an interview without informing me?
Well, we haven't yet. Look, there's more to this case than you know about, OK?
Joe, you go in and watch it. I'll explain to the Sarge.
Go on.
It was you all the time, wasn't it, Regan? Writing to Scott and intercepting the letters he wrote back.
It's not against the law.
It is, actually.
But why, Regan? Why pretend to be Letty?
It wasn't Letty. It was me. My words, my feelings.
But Scott thought it was Letty. Why didn't you just write to him as yourself?
I wanted to. But it was easier that way. He didn't know I existed before.
You're one of the biggest fans of the Muddies. He knew who you were.
No, he never really noticed me. I was always there on the boundary line. I was just a kid to him. Just another kid. I wanted to be special.
Didn't you realise that when Scott came back looking for Letty to get married, you were bound to be found out?
I was going to tell him, but I kept putting it off. I thought I had more time, see?
Then he was released early.
I wanted to write to him as me. But I knew he'd never love me if he knew who I was.
Right, I'd like
like to hear, in your own words, Heath, how you got involved.
What did Regan say?
I don't care what she said. I want to hear from you what you've been up to.
Yeah, it'd be in your best interests if you just told us the truth.
Yeah, okay. It was her idea.
For the tape, please. By her, you mean Regan Whelan?
Yes.
Doing what?
And then Lockie said, yes, okay, we'll do it.
Okay, just tell us what happened. We'll be talking to Lockie for his version of events.
It was his idea to say yes, I'm telling you.
You might be a little scammer like your old man, but you don't have to be
Please,
a liar,
Mrs. Jackson, can you just let us conduct the interview?
Sorry?
Right, so what exactly did Regan ask you to do?
We just had to get letters for it.
Any particular letters? Ted Bergen's letters?
No, the other letters first.
What letters are those?
From Baronia Street, where Liddy Waldrum used to live.
They needed gear for their bikes, so Regan did a deal with them. She'd give them speed computers or whatever if they collected any letters to Letty from Scott.
They just nicked them from a letterbox and took them straight to the bike shop.
Then one day Heath turned up with one of Ted Bergen's letters.
And it had a check in it.
Yeah.
Regan just let things get out of control.
So she's the one who cashed Bergen's cheques?
Yeah.
Sounds like one lovesick puppy.
Hard time, mate.
And here's me thinking that you're worried about getting a reprimand from Falcon Price for knocking down that kid.
Am I?
I doubt that. I doubt the kid's admitted liability.
Wait. It's one for the bike squad, eh?
I'll second that. Now, you two better get on your bikes, figuratively speaking, and sort that lot out.
I always loved you, Letty. Even when you were with Matt. Even when I knew it was hopeless. And now I can't believe my luck that we're going to be married.
They're just words, Jack. You feel the same, don't you? Well, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Well, then tell her.
I'm no good at that stuff.
So you're just going to let Scott have her?
What if she's in love with him?
Well, if you don't think she's worth fighting for.
Oh, she is. She's everything. You know, I never knew what it was like to go home and look forward to being there. Like there's a reason for everything. She's it.
There you go. That'd win me. But don't tell me. Tell her.
What's happening?
I'm going, Jack.
Going where?
With Scotty, up north. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry. It's just seeing Scotty again. You know, you don't know me like he does.
Yeah, I do. I love you,
But
Letty.
Jack,
I love you.
Come on. I've known him for years, and I know he's wild and crazy and stupid, but this is something I need to do. Okay.
You were happy with me.
Yeah, I
You were
was.
happy with
I
me, weren't
was. Yeah, but it's different with Scott than you and me.
How are you getting there?
In Matt's car. Ian gave it to us.
It's a bit late to be leaving now, isn't it?
We'll be right.
Mate.
Don't tell me little Miss Superfit's just a bit sore after only a couple of days on the bike.
No way. I think you're right. Stools are just getting a bit higher, that's all.
Don't you ever have a go at me about not getting enough exercise?
Would I do that?
You got the key to my old room there, Chris?
Yeah, sure. Come on through, I'll get it for you. Here you go.
Thank you.
Need a hand?
I'd rather be on my own.
No way, mate. You're going to eat the best steak Chris can cook. Your glass is never going to be empty. And I'm going to thrash you at Paul.
Thanks for not saying I told you so.
I just wish it had worked out for you, you know? So give us one of these bags. Which is heavier?
The black one there.
All right. Come on.
Do you, Muscles? Sarge is going to kill me.
Sorry about last night.
That's all right. He's teething.
Yeah.
Aren't you, Matty? Hey. Oh, he doesn't like getting much in his mouth, does he?
No, he does prefer to wear it. Or someone else wears it. I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. Do you want to pick up any bread or milk on the way home?
No, we'll be right.
Coming!
Come on, mate. Please.
Stretch, let's move, huh?
Yeah, coming.
Nice hairdo.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Lily.
Yeah, I'll get a hairbrush.
No, it's all right. I got one in the car. You know what today is.
Yeah, not looking forward to it.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Catch you guys later.
I didn't forget. See you later.
Yeah, I might come down to the station and check you out.
Love being a guinea pig.
Yeah.
Banana and wheat bix.
Yeah.
Yum.
We're waiting.
Yeah, come on, let's get this show on the road.
Oh! An stylish police yellow.
We have a two-piece ensemble that's essential for cocktails at the Imperial.
All right. It's not that funny.
Well, you're not standing where I am.
Thanks a lot.
This makes us piggies on pushies.
All right, all jokes aside, bike patrols have been found to be extremely public-friendly, and they're working very well in Avonlea and St David's.
And what's more, Inspector Falcon Price is very keen on the idea, so I expect everybody's cooperation while we give it a try.
We all get to go on the treadlills then, do we, boss?
Not to see I, mate, but everybody else look rather attractive in shorts.
All right, off you go. Hey, don't forget your helmets.
And remember, you're not on a horse, my friend.
Take it easy to start with.
Hey, don't chase any stolen cars.
Thanks, mate. Well, seems to be working. Oh.
Watch it.
Yeah, I know. It's not a horse.
Race to the corner.
You're on. What was that?
An exploding letterbox.
What is this, Belfast?
The IRA, you reckon? Keep the orange men out of Mount Thomas.
Hey, it's not funny. It could have been a letter bomb.
Oh, it's kids mucking around. It's double bungers on a long fuse, eh?
Double what?
Crackers, before your time. Fireworks.
Oh, like throwdowns or something.
Bigger.
What do the owner have to say?
He wasn't in. A neighbour says his name's Colin Forbes. And he's a Vespian. He's the local postie.
Well, whoever he is, you better find him and give him the bad news.
You know who did this?
Old guy lives down the street. Ted Bergen. He's a bloody idiot, ask anybody. I told him, any complaints, take him to the post office.
Complaints?
Says I've been stealing his mail.
Mr. Ted Bergen.
Who wants to know?
The police.
You don't look like proper coppers to me.
I'm Constable Jack Lawson. This is Constable Joanna Parrish.
Did you happen to hear an explosion down the street a while ago?
Yep,
A letterbox was blown up.
I know.
Belongs to Colin Forbes, local postie.
Yeah, I know who he is, a bastard.
Mr. Forbes said you might be able to help us with our inquiries.
Oh, he did he?
Well, can you?
You bet I can. It was me. I blew up his letterbox. And he's lucky it wasn't him.
He's been stealing my mail. I was entitled.
How do you know he's been stealing it?
Because I haven't been getting it, how do you think?
That doesn't make sense, Mr. Bergen.
Yeah, well, it does to me.
It could have been lost in the mail.
Oh, that old excuse. Look, we're not talking about the odd letter. I'm talking about at least 3 or 4, and they all had cash cheques in them.
Cash cheque?
Yes, I deal in stamps. I'm selling my grandfather's collection.
Well, how much money was involved?
Exactly